Good day, as we say in Danish, or that means hello, hello, or good day to you here on my working table, and welcome to week 5 here in my 100-day project this year. And if you just have hit this video here and you think, what is the 100-day project? Look here under the little word more, under the video, there is a link to a playlist for this 100-day project this year. And in the first day, I will explain everything about what it is. But shortly told, it's just a challenge, worthwhile challenge, where you can do whatever you like to do for 100 days in a row. And it starts on the 22nd of February. And it's a worldwide thing, and it is the 8th year I'm doing it, and I really like this challenge because something will always happen during the process, and I have done many different things. And again, under the little word more here under the video, there is a link for the last 2 years projects. You can see what I have done there, videos again. Of course, I make my piece of what I have decided to do every day, but I put them into a little movie for a week with the 7 days in, so I don't have to put videos up every day. I don't have time for that, and you don't want to see that either, I think. But from week 5 is from day 29 to day 35. So that will be what I will be doing in this video here. And not to get totally bored, I have decided to go round this year. So I will do a mixed media piece on this watercolor substrate here. And not to get bored, or you to get bored, I will change color scheme and materials every week. So this week will be very cohesion. And last week was looking differently, but they are all round and with paper and fabric and stitching and some bits and bobs of what I think I would look nice. So I don't think I want to say much more. Yeah, rather than I have a Ko-fi account, so if anybody feels for it or would like to support my work here on my channel, and on the other challenges I have going on, you're welcome to use my Ko-fi account, and you will also find a link down under the video here. But enough of me, yada yada yada, let us get started. I have this round box here, and I was so naive, so I was thinking all my pieces would fit into here, and they fit nicely. But I can see I have only done until week 4, and it is already so high, so I will have to do something or put them in another place. I don't know yet, but for now they are sitting here in this box here. But away with that. Yeah, and you can see that was the color scheme here last week. So for this week here, I have my other little box, wooden one, where I gather materials, and in this week I like to use something from an old book page. So I have an old Spanish-Danish dictionary, or yeah, I don't know if it's called a dictionary, or it's a translations of words from Danish to Spanish, or the other way around. So I will use something for that. And beside that, I also here in the fall was out walking, and I saved some oak leaves that I have been drying, so they are quite thin and brittle. So I think I will use them, but I really have to take care because they sprinkle and crackle really easy. But I will see if I can manage to put them in also. And then I have these different fabrics here and scraps. I will just take them out. And the other weeks I have put too much ahead here because I didn't end up using very much of it. But these are the color scheme I will go for this week here. So I will start making the first one, day 30, not 30, 29. Me and those English numbers. Yeah. So now I am ready. So let us see here what I can come up with. I like this studded fabric here, and this piece perhaps can work, and then perhaps a piece of this here by the side. It don't have to be very difficult, so I think I will just glue a piece of this down. So here beside me I have an old book I just use as glue book. So here I will just glue it's just an ordinary glue stick. I will do it directly on the substrate and just go in there. And then I can cut the excess off here. It is just following the paper, and see to I'm not cutting into it. But you can easily feel that. So in the bin with that, and I think I have taken a little too much, so I'll just go down here like that. Oh, I really like that edge, but I will not cover it up now, but so it must be. And then I will just glue this piece on. So again, I will just put it, and don't be precious with your glue stick. Yeah, as I had said many times before. And in this case here, or in this project here, I don't mind using a glue stick, even though I'm gluing fabric down, because it doesn't matter. And even though I have to perhaps stitch into it, it just has to be dry. It isn't very nice to put your needle and thread in wet glue, so just wait till it's dry, and it would only take a couple of minutes for it to dry. And of course it will also buckle a little, but you can easily manipulate it afterwards. And if it keeps on buckling, you can always take a wet cloth or a damp cloth and make this a little damp and put it under some pressure, and then it will be flat as a pancake. And was it this one? Yeah, I think it was. So this one I will just put glue on the strip here. And place it over here. There. Like that. So this has to dry, and then I will cut the edges clean. Like edges, the overhang here free. So it looks like this, and I really like the look of it. If I was asked what color I am using here this week, I couldn't really tell you. It is a strange color set, but I really like it. But here I have my oak leaf, and I think I will just put it there. And of course I could just take my glue stick and hope for the best when I'm gluing it down. But in fact, I think I will take some matte medium, or perhaps some heavy gel medium. I will figure that out. But before this would be the last thing I do, so I don't damage it in any way, so I will just remove it for now and place it there. But I want to do some stitching here, and I can make a row of straight stitches down there, but I've done that so many times, so instead I just think I will do something in the circles here. So I will find my thread, and I think I will go with this color here and make a cluster of seed stitches in that circle there. When I do embroidery on paper on these small things here, I don't like big fat knots on my back. So I just pre-poke a hole, turn it over and come up here. And I think it could have dried a little more, but I'm very impatient. So I just take a piece of tape and secure it that way, so it will be flat. And the seed stitch is a simple stitch you can make. You just go down there, up and down, and the way you can pre-poke them, or you can just play by ear here, go along as it comes. Going down is you just poke down, but going up you can't see where you hit, so I like to poke my holes, and then I will just go down here, there, and you decide how big or small you want them. The trickiest part, if you can call it tricky, is to make them look like somebody just have drizzled them down on the surface. And I know some have troubles with that. And now I have so many holes here on my back, so I can't see where I was coming up. Yeah, it isn't there, so I will just make another hole. Look there, it was right in the thread that it was white. Wasn't so easy to see. So this is all I will be doing here in this little area, or in this little circle. I will put them quite close and small. But I will do that and show it to you when I'm done, and then I will fetch my glue for the leaf also. So done with all the sewing, and it looks quite nice, I think. But before I glue the leaf on, I think I better write here on the back. Day 29, wasn't it? What I was saying? Yeah, and today is 22nd of March there. Then I don't have to fiddle more with it, that it can sit and dry quietly. So I've just taken my matte gel, and that is the thickest thing I have. I think fluid or a normal matte medium is too thin. So now what side do I want up? And I think I want this brown up here. So I will just, perhaps it is easier to, and I've taken a really soft pencil, not pencil, sorry, brush. I don't think I will ever get used to saying the right word. But I told you so many times why I said it this way. So now there's still a good layer of it here. So I will turn it over and it will dry up totally clear there. And perhaps I could put something a little heavy over it, but it seems like it has gripped and will be sitting there. So I can show it tomorrow, or I will put at the end of this video there will be clips of all of them, so you can see it there. But this is how it ended up, so quite satisfied. So bye for now and see you tomorrow for another exciting day. Doesn't that look yummy? It is not dry here, but I think that sorry, I think it was a good decision to use matte gel because it's so thick. So I'm sure it will be sitting there, but it takes a little time to dry. But I have written the day here, day 30, and it is the 23rd of March 2026. So I really like this color scheme here, the earth tones. But those of you who know me know that is what I like, the muted earth tones. So bye for now and see you tomorrow. Good morning, and here is my piece here for day 31, and it is the 24th of March. And you can see it is still wet here from the matte gel, so it would have to dry. But cross stitches, and this fabric you can recognize again. This piece of fabric up here is a piece I have dyed myself with earth pigments. And this is just a leftover strip of something, and something from the Spanish dictionary. But I was a little quick yesterday, I think, because there I didn't told you what was in the piece. And you can see it's dried up, totally matte and fine, and looks so yummy when it's dry. But this is a piece of Koso paper. I've just bought 3 sample packs in different colors, and there are small pieces of all kinds of papers in, and yeah, you can use them for so many things. And there are some fly stitches and yeah, fabric again there. But this was this one for today, so I can show it tomorrow at the beginning, because then this will be dry, or there will be pictures at the end of the video. So bye bye and see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to day 32, and it is the 25th of March, and I have written it already because I can see the other days I end up with a very wet glued down oak leaf, and then it's impossible for me to turn it over and write. So I just figure out to write it first here, and I know what's up and down because I can see that on the shape of the leaf, so I don't think it matters so much. But for this day I have picked this lovely piece of fabric, and you can see it isn't much I'm using here for these small pieces, and many of the scraps I've got from my friend Tina, and there's also the scraps I use in my fabric collages. But again, here are a piece of Koso paper and a piece of the Spanish dictionary, and I think I want to glue all this piece on here, cut this out so it would end up as a square, and this also as a square, and in the middle there I would put a leaf. That is what I think I will do. So I will start putting glue on this watercolor circle here, and don't ask me where I got them from. I have bought them here locally in Denmark, but I'm sure if you go on the big internet, and by that I mean Amazon, or if you live in America, you have all these big craft shop stores where you can buy so many things we can't buy here in Denmark. And that is why I also sometimes go on Amazon and some of the others. Not Temu. I couldn't dream of buying anything on Temu, but that's just my opinion. So here because it was perhaps a little too small, so I will just drag in it here, so yeah, that it will be fine, I think. Yeah. And this will have to dry, but while this is drying I can make that into a square, and I can do that by I won't make a crease there, because then I will get a crease in my paper and I don't want that. So I will just take my ruler here and eyeball it like everything else I do. I'm not a big fan of measuring, but I know sometimes you have to measure, but it's not my best thing to do. Yeah, I will glue it down this way or that way, I don't know yet. I think I first can see it when this is so dry, so I can cut it clean. So give me a minute or two. I think this looks nice, so I will remove that and glue these two pieces on and let them dry, and then I can figure out how about some small stitches somewhere. It is not fully dry, but I think it's so dry now so I can do some stitching. And I think what I will be doing is making some short or small straight stitches all the way around here, this square, because there isn't anything dark, really dark on this piece, and that's why I have chosen this dark brown here for this. So I think I will just pre-poke some holes here, and I want to come up where there's the biggest amount of layers, and that is 1, 2, 3 there. So I will come up here, so I will just pre-poke there, and there I will just go down without pre-poking. So if you're wondering what it is for a kind of tool I have, it's one my hubby has made for me, and you can easily make one yourself. This is a wooden handle of some kind, and part from a compass, and then I can turn the gear there, and then the needle can come up, and I can exchange it with another needle. But you can also take a cork, take the eye of the needle and push it up in the cork and give it a dab of glue, and then you have a thing exactly as good as this one here. And you can have several. You can see this is quite thicker, so that I use this one when I have a thicker thread. But the smaller holes you can make, the neater your embroidery will be. So drink some champagne or some beer and have a party and make a poker like this. Yeah, that was just for fun. So I will just come up here and I can give it a little dab of tape here when I'm done. But of course I could have made them with a smaller amount of space between them, but I think this is good enough. Whoops, and that is my finger here, and there, yeah, there was a knot there, and I don't like that. Oop, and it's gone. And here and go down. But I will do this all the way around, and then this day will be done. I'm with all the stitching, and I think it was a good decision I took to take the dark thread, because it is quite not pale but light in colors compared to the other days I have made. So this is how it looks. So the matte medium is also dry now, and the matte gel, the heavy matte gel, and I think it is good for the leaves because they get a little more sturdy, and I don't think they will break, because besides gluing them down, I have also put a layer of it on top of it. So this was this. So I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye for now. So it is nearly dry now, and it works well with the matte gel. And I have just made it a row of chain stitches, and it's a quite dark one, but it matches color-wise to the other ones, so I'm quite happy with that. And I have already written the date here behind day 33, and it is the 26th of March 2026. So done with that, and see you tomorrow. Hi, and welcome here to day 34, and it is the 27th of March 2026. And I have been up early and done this, but it needs to dry a little more there. It will get totally matte, and the white would disappear. But this is a piece of Koso paper also with a little paint on there, and this is over 2 pieces of fabric and my Spanish dictionary there. And because of this little black mark there, I just pre-poked. And the way I do it is I take a tin plate like this, and then I place it down, and either you can mark a line or you can pre-poke directly along the edge there. And then I sewed some back stitches, and I really like this one here. So only one more day left here for this week, so I will make that tomorrow, and I will show you how I make it tomorrow. So take care until now, for now, and see you tomorrow again. Farvel, farvel. Good morning, and welcome here. And I will hurry up and write the date, the day, because then I have no troubles with writing it with a wet leaf sitting there on the top. And it is 28th of March 2026, and it doesn't matter if I turn it around, because I know when I see the way the leaves sit on the substrate what is up and down. So yeah, I have this piece left. I don't have so much left. I don't think I will be using this anymore, because there already are 3 here in this week that has dots on it. And this here, no. So I think I will go for this one here, and perhaps this here. But what can I do to get something of the dictionary in? If I make this one only this size here, I can have 2 pieces of dictionary in here. Yeah, I think I will go for that. So boop, boop, boop. Let me see here. Perhaps that is enough. Something like that, and then I will rip piece of this off and put it in there. Yeah, I think I will go for that. So let me see here. And fingers in your ears, good. I think I want the most orangey into this, or do I? Yeah, I do. I do. So, something like this. And then I have the last leaf here. There has to be room for it here. It's nearly, yeah, I can perhaps do it the opposite anyway and put it there. Yeah, I think that's better. So this is a design or our layout I will go for here in the last one. So I will glue this down as I have shown you so many times before. You don't need to see me glue this down. But then I will be back when it's dry and figure out what to embroider on it. So it is nearly so dry, I think I can stitch into it. And I think I turned it the other way around because many of the other leaves was sitting there. So I want this to be here and something like that, but that would be the last thing I do. So I think I had taken this quite light colored thread here, and I think I would just want to make 3 lines of double running stitches or back stitches. It would look the same. So I will again take this here and yeah, I think I will go for this is horizontal and this is a little crooked, but I don't mind that. I'll remove the leaf so I don't destroy it. So I will just pre-poke. There. And you can see them clearly on the back. And I have remembered to write this, and now this would be upside down, but who cares? And it is fluffy there, so away with that. So I will just go down in the next hole, come up in the next. Oh yeah, I can feel it still a little damp, but I think I can manage there. If it is too wet, you will get glue on your needle and on your thread, and that is nice, but it goes smooth here. Up in the next hole and go back. Just simple, whoops, back stitches. And you can see again here I'm playing with the value of the colors. I sew into something very dark, so I take a very light thread and vice versa, so you can see the stitching and lighten it a little up here in this case. Down here. But I will make 3 rows at least, I think. But I will be back when I stitched all this. So done with the stitching. 3 lines, a little wonky perhaps, but that's me. I am wonky too. So now for the leaf. So I will just turn it over here and take my match gel and put a good amount of it on. there. Just wipe that off there and put it on here. Something like this. And it would dry up clear. Not, yeah, but and not shiny. You can't see it when it's dry. And I like that very much. So again, I will just give it also on the top, because it makes that the leaf isn't so brittle and will crack. But right now it looks quite strange, but I promise you it would be better. And this is the baby rats. So this has to dry, and it takes half an hour or so. So I will be back. So while my piece is drying, I will go and rinse my brush, because I don't want to ruin my brush with this heavy glue. And then I can put the lid on here. Like this spot here, that is what I've been using. And by the way, I don't speak Spanish at all. Of course I speak Danish, but and my English, is what it is. But Spanish I don't speak. But I have bought it in a second-hand store for nothing. And the pages are thin, and they are really good for collaging. So that's good. But I will take some close-ups at the end of the video. So now my wooden box is empty for this week's fabrics, and I will put the next week's fabrics in here, so I will be ready. And then I will take my red circle box here and dump them into here, so they can live here so far until I figure out what to do next. So here they are, all 7 belonging here to week 5, and I have really liked making them because it's colors I really like. And yeah, there are probably someone out there who really don't like these colors, but perhaps they are more into bright colors. But we all have our favorites, and this is one of my favorite color schemes. These earthy, rusty brown tones, muted, not bright screaming colors as I sometimes call them. But it was a good decision to glue the leaves down with the matte medium, and I can see some of them aren't like some of them, but the one I made today isn't fully dry yet. You can see some of the white still, but it will be dry in half an hour or so. But the others are sitting there so nicely because of I chose to use this gel medium, and I like that this paper is going again, and this and this and this are the same, and this piece and this piece comes from the same, and you can, they belong together, no doubt about that. I hope you have been inspired, and I hope perhaps you have learned some tips and tricks, and perhaps you, after seeing this, want to do something similar yourself. So I can only say, jump into it, do it, and if you don't succeed in doing all 100 days, so what? It's for your own amusement, and perhaps don't bake a bigger bread than you can eat. Do something small and not so complicated, so you have the amount of time you have to your disposal every day for doing this, so you will end up with a success. That would be nice from you. But I hope you have been enjoying my video here, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. Also, you can hit the notification bell, and that will pop a ding ding up every time I put a new video up. And give me a comment. I like to be in contact with my viewers here, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. And again, if you're into only stitching and slow stitching, and so look at the playlist with names on that you can say that must be the content in that playlist. And if you're into jelly printing, look for this, or if you're into bookbinding, look for this or that, so you don't have to see what things that doesn't interest you. But I like to mix and match the things up and use both paper and fabric and stitching and painting and everything in one big bucket. But yeah, we ain't all that way. But I will just say here for at the end of the video, please stay creative, and please take care of yourself and stay safe. And not but least of all, please be nice to everybody. That was all for this week, so I will see you again next Monday for week 6, and nobody knows what that will bring. I even don't know yet, but so it must be. So bye for now, and see you soon. Hi.